welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope that you all are doing really well. As you know by the title, today I am gonna talk about a very popular foundation, which is the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Foundation. I bought this foundation, I want to say about a month ago, and I did not do a first impressions on this foundation because I wanted to wear it a couple number of times, make up my mind, and then give you my final thoughts. Because this is an expensive foundation, I just wanted to first try it out many times and then make up my mind and then suggest, because I don't want you to go out and waste your money, on an expensive foundation. So I wanted to make up my mind fully, talk about my experience with the foundation, and then you can make up your mind whether you want this foundation or you don't want this foundation. Okay, so first let's start off by talking about packaging, shades, and the price. So this is available in India on Nykaa.com. This foundation retails for 2,990 rupees, which is almost 3,000 rupees, and the amount of product that you get is 35 ml, which is a little bit more than your average foundation. Usually जो foundations होते हैं उसमें we get 30 ml, so इसमें we get 35 ml, which is kind of nice. This foundation comes in 30 different shades, which I think so is amazing. Like the fact that this is the first foundation that Huda ever came out with, and she cracked out with 30 different shades. I think so that's really amazing and brilliant. I got this foundation in the shade 310G Amaretti. Now G over here stands for golden. So when you'll go through the shade ranges, have these numbers and uske piche B, R, G likha hai. So I just want to explain what that is. So like for example, you have chai 210B. Now B stands for blue, so that is basically the undertone. Okay, so you have 4 undertones in the foundation. One is G, G stands for golden. One is R, R stands for red. One is B, B stands for blue, and one is N, which stands for neutral. Okay, I think so most of Indians, we do have that golden touch. So she's really included a lot of golden undertones, so I think so you'll definitely be able to find something. Let's see, what does the foundation claim? It claims to be full coverage, and it says that it visibly conceals your blemishes, imperfections, and give you like a filter-like finish. And they say it's a velvety smooth liquid foundation which dries down matte. So let's talk about the packaging. It comes in this cardboard packaging, but the box just looks really expensive. It is in this matte finish and has an ombre effect, as you can see, and then you have Huda Beauty written in the front. You have your shade name on top. Once you open it, it says express your selfie #faux filter, and I thought that was really cute. I mean, that's just a really sweet touch. I appreciate little things in life, so I really found that really sweet. So you take out the foundation. Once you take out the foundation, this is how the foundation looks like. It's not a classic round bottle, which I like. Then it is again in this matte finish and has that ombre effect running through. You have Huda Beauty written over here, and you have your shade name written over here also. So if you decide to throw the box, you still have a shade name over here. Okay? I've already said that you get 35 ml of product, which is amazing, and you get a pump in this foundation, which is lovely. If I talk a little bit about the bottle, now this bottle over here is not made up of glass, it is made up of plastic. I personally like that. I think so this is going to be a Marmite thing. You might hate it or love it. I personally don't mind it. The reason I think so she made this plastic is because she travels a lot and she wanted a foundation that she could travel with, and I completely understand her. Like, I've spent 3,000 rupees on this foundation, okay, and if I drop it, it won't break because it's made up of plastic. You can travel with it, it's safe. I think so that's brilliant, to be very honest. Some people might not like the plastic bottle because, the point is that you spend so much money, so you would want a glass bottle which looks more luxurious. But I think so, despite of the fact that this is a plastic bottle, when you'll have this over your vanity, I think so this is gonna look pretty luxe. So I personally don't mind whether this comes in a plastic bottle. In fact, I think so that's a pro in my eyes. Now let's talk about the application of the foundation. I have this foundation today on my skin and I want to show you exactly how I apply this foundation. If you're wondering about my eye look, this look is over on my Instagram. I've started posting more makeup tutorials over on my Instagram. So if you are interested, you can go have a look over there. I have worn this foundation a couple number of times and I don't like using this with a beauty blender because ये full coverage foundation है. I want that full coverage on my face and beauty blender से क्या होता है एक थोड़ा सा product waste हो जाता है and थोड़ा coverage shear down हो जाती है. Like applying this foundation with my brush. So this is the Sephora airbrush in the number 55. So what I do is I just take one pump, spread this quickly on my face. Immediately once you start spreading this foundation, you will notice that this foundation has a very strong perfumey fragrance. It's very strong, like very strong. So that is the first thing that you notice. Another thing with this foundation is that this foundation dries very quickly. So you have to be very fast with the application of this foundation. So the fact that I'm talking to you and applying this foundation will not help me. If you're trying this for the first time, I would say take half a pump, apply it on one side of your face and then take half a pump more and then apply it to the other side of my face. But yeah, you have to be very quick with this foundation. As you can see, the makeup application is actually quite quick. There's no real fuss in applying the foundation. The only thing that I've noticed is this foundation dries very quickly. As you can see, I've used one pump of the foundation and it has pretty much covered my entire face and even my neck. And if we look at the shade match, I think so amaretti for me is a perfect match. My body is comparatively tanner than my face because I don't ever let the sun touch my face, so that's why my face is comparatively lighter than my body. So I need a foundation a little bit dark so that it can match my body. The foundation claims to be more of a powdery matte finish and I 100% agree with it. I would say this is more like a demi matte foundation than like a matte foundation, though it is like completely matte, but still there is this luminosity in my skin. If you talk about the coverage, obviously as you can see it has pretty much covered my scars. See, this foundation is full coverage. Now if I talk about it being cakey, now see, this is a full coverage foundation. So if you expect this foundation to look like skin or like the natural makeup or the no makeup, this foundation will not give you that. When I'm looking closely into my skin, you can definitely tell that I have foundation on my skin. Does it look bad? I don't think so. I don't know what formula does this foundation have, but this foundation just like, it just mingles into your skin very beautifully. So yes, it looks like I've applied a foundation, but it does not look like a mask, if that makes any sense. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna complete the rest of my face, do my makeup as per usual, and then I will be back. Now I have all the products that I would ideally apply when I want a beat face, when I want like a wedding, full coverage, give it to me kind of face. So this is what I'll have on my face, and I think so the foundation looks pretty damn good. Everything sits on top perfectly. When you apply this foundation on your skin, you don't look into the mirror and you're like, damn, you can see all the pits and everything on my face. You don't see that with this foundation. It really covers everything, which I love. Now let's talk about how long does it stay on your face. For me personally, I have worn this foundation for about 8 hours straight and it looks amazing. By the end of it, it still looks amazing. Like maybe if you're oily, you'll get a little bit oily, but it's not something that you look into the mirror and you'll be like, what the hell. Your skin looks amazing. And for me personally, I just feel once I apply a foundation and uske 2-3 hours के बाद a foundation any which ways looks better on my skin. It sits better. By the end of the day, I still like the way this foundation looks. I don't feel like taking it off, but obviously I have to take it off and do a very good skincare routine after this foundation. Take this foundation off and then I double cleanse my face. Sometimes I even cleanse my face 3 times, because when I apply this foundation, I just want to take it off, like take every bit of the foundation off. So that is one commitment that you have to do, because I don't want you to use this foundation, not do your skincare properly, and then clog your pores, and then you'll get acne. So you have to be very careful with that, okay? Now let's talk about the texture of the foundation. I would say this is a demi matte foundation. That's what I feel. However, if you're oily, normal combination, you will bloody love this foundation. I think so. If you're oily, throughout the day the oiliness might seep through, so then you might powder it, but otherwise you are good to go. Now let's talk about how does it feel on the skin. I would say, despite of the fact that it's a full coverage foundation, it does not feel heavy on the skin. It sits comfortably on the skin, and I personally don't feel like, oh my god, I'm wearing like such a heavy foundation. I don't feel that ways. Another thing that I want to talk about is that does it oxidize? On me personally, I have not felt that way, that it oxidizes. However, I really like a tan look. As you can see, I love a bronzy face, and I just like my under eyes to be really highlighted. That's the look that I kind of like, and that's the look that I'm kind of loving currently. I don't mind even if it oxidizes, but till now, how many times I've used it, it has not oxidized on me personally. Okay. Now let's talk about how does it photograph. This foundation over here has no SPF, okay? So if you have SPF in your foundation, that means it will give you a white cast while flash photography. So that foundations are basically not ideal for like at night time or wherever you will be taking flash photography. But the fact that this foundation does not have any SPF in it, it means that there is no flashback whatsoever in this foundation, which means this foundation is perfect if you are a bride. I think so for a bride this is a perfect foundation. Then if you are someone who goes out a lot at night, this is again perfect for events, perfect for weddings, perfect. This foundation is perfect for those events where you know you will be having flash photography, you know you want a coverage to last you all day, and you know it's like a special occasion. So basically I want to say this is a special occasion kind of foundation for me. I will put up a picture of me wearing this foundation with flash. So this one is with flash, and this one over here is without flash, and I think so it does not give you flashback whatsoever. So those are all the things that I've noticed in the past couple of weeks. Now what I'll do is I will make my list of pros and cons, and you decide whether it's pro or con for you. Okay? Number one pro for me is coverage. This one is a full coverage foundation. It's not a medium to a buildable, it's a full coverage foundation, which I am getting into, and I really like the way it looks. It just covers all your imperfections, all your mistakes, all your past, and it just makes you look flawless. It definitely does, and I love the foundation for that. If you really want this foundation and you want to wear it for an event or like a wedding, but you don't want full coverage, you want like a medium coverage, I would say take half a pump, apply it to your moisturizer, and then apply it on your face. I think so that will still shear down the coverage a little bit. Okay, next pro in my eyes is that it does not emphasize any texture on my skin. All the products that I've applied on top of the foundation, it sits beautifully, they don't move around, which is a huge plus in my eyes. And the fact that it does not emphasize any texture. As you get old, when you're dealing with acne and you have acne marks, things just are crazy over here, and the fact that this can cover everything for a night, I think so that's amazing. So that is another pro in my eyes. Another pro in my eyes is that this will last you a lifetime. This is 35 ml. You only need one pump. Like one pump is like full coverage, and it covered my face, my neck. So that means it will last you like forever. Another huge pro of this foundation is the fact that it comes in 30 different shades. So there will be a shade for everybody, which is amazing. And I think so it will suit every skin type also, because this is not like a matte foundation, it is a demi matte foundation. So even like dry skin girls can apply this foundation, provided you apply an oil based moisturizer if you're extremely dry, or a thick moisturizer underneath this foundation. I don't think so you'll have any problem. Let's talk about the cons now. Price is going to be a huge con for a lot of people. The fact that it retails for almost 3,000 rupees, that means this is an expensive foundation. So the price can throw off a lot of people. I want to quickly mention a dupe for this foundation. I know this foundation is a little expensive, so I want to mention a dupe for this foundation. This is the Maybelline Super Stay 24 Hour Foundation. I will link a review over here, so you can go watch that if you want to. But this is a dupe for this foundation, meaning that they both are matte foundation, both are full coverage. However, if I have to pick one, I do like the Huda one a little bit better, because this is nice. I'm not saying this is not nice. This is nice. If I'm going out for dinner drinks, I will pop this on, you know. But if I'm going for like a special event, like a wedding or something like that, I'll pop this on. So I think so this is a good dupe for the foundation. So if you don't want to invest, 3,000 rupees on the foundation, try this one, okay? My shade is 220 natural beige and 310 amaretti. Number 2 is fragrance. For me, I don't really mind it that much, but then I feel they could have done a foundation without a fragrance. When you start applying this foundation, you get this whiff of a heavy duty perfume. In about 5 to 10 minutes, the fragrance dies, but that initial whiff is kind of nice. But then I feel like the perfume ingredients जो भी इसमें डाले थे, they were just not required, because I'm applying a foundation on my skin, so it doesn't make sense to me personally. So that is a con according to me, might not be for you, okay? Another con that can be for some people and cannot be for some people is that this is a matte foundation, okay? Demi matte, matte. It's a matte foundation. Apart from like oily people, there are very few people who want to feel matte all the time. So I don't know how many of you will go out and buy a matte foundation. A lot of people are not into matte foundation. They want a foundation which just gives them a little bit of glow. So in that case, I would say mix this with a glowy foundation that you already have. Mixed foundations, you'll get your coverage from here and you'll get your glow from that foundation. Okay? Another con according to me is that this is not an everyday foundation for a lot of girls. So the fact that you're spending 3,000 rupees on a foundation which you will wear for freshers, farewell, weddings, like very few occasions, like if you don't go out that much and you basically more of a homely kid, or you're like in college and you don't really are about that life, then I don't really think so this will be suited for your lifestyle. You don't need a full coverage foundation. You can go with something which is more like medium to a buildable coverage. You don't need a full coverage foundation for that. That's what I feel. I think so it depends on your lifestyle also. But hey, if you're about wearing a full coverage foundation every day, I'm nobody to judge you. Like even I am one of those, so. So if I give you my final thoughts on the foundation, you guys know I really like this foundation. Okay, I'm a foundation junkie, and all the foundations that I've tried, I really like all of them, because I think so every foundation has a purpose and a place. So those were all the things that I've noticed over the past number of weeks. Now you decide for yourself whether this foundation will suit your lifestyle or it won't. If it does, and whatever I've spoken about, you think that yeah, you would want to get this foundation, then go ahead and get it. It's a nice foundation. I think so it's a nice foundation to have in your vanity, especially if you are like a makeup junkie. I'm not like a makeup junkie. I'm like a foundation junkie for sure. So if you're a foundation junkie like me, I would say go ahead and get this foundation. However, if it's your first foundation, don't get it. I always say never get a full coverage foundation. If it's a first foundation, get a light or a medium to a buildable coverage, okay? So yeah, I'm just gonna stop talking about the foundation because my cheek hurts now. make up your mind, and if you want to purchase it, I will leave a link down below. You can go ahead and purchase it. I really hope that this video was helpful in some kind of decision making, whether you want this foundation in your life or you can live without it. So with that, I'm gonna sign off now, and I will see you all tomorrow with another video. If you are not already subscribed to my channel, please make sure to subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you back for more videos, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye guys, take care. Mwah.